Hey guys, so today is April the 19th and right now it's 2:14 in the morning. So I got a timeline for you guys from the 19th of April to the 5th of May. It is so important to pay attention to your energy, pay attention to your emotions, and protect it. God wants you to protect your heart. He wants you to focus all of your energy and intention in protecting your heart. We are in a fragile time right now. There is a window, a time frame where things is really fragile right now. And it's very important that you protect your energy and your heart. Your heart is one of the most important chakras in your body. You are going to be attacked. You are going to be tested more frequently and a lot stronger than you usually experience, because right now we are in a delicate time. Anybody who's pulling on your energy too hard in this time period, in this time frame, April the 19th to the 5th of May, distance yourself. Tell them they gotta hold it out until the 5th of May, and then if they serious about whatever they say they got going on with you, then you guys can rekindle whatever it is. But if anybody who's pulling on your energy a little too much during this time period, the 19th of April to the 5th of May, move from among them. Y'all know that story in the Bible where everybody had to stay in their house and they had to rub red paint, or was it blood? They had to do something. And that's how you know that there was God-abiding people who lived there, right? And those people were protected. The people who had the red markings or the blood on their door. It was blood. I had to look it up real quick. But that's the story that I'm getting. Like that's what he's showing me. So right now is protection time. Right now it's stay to yourself time. Right now it's not pour into nobody more than you can pour into yourself. Constantly check your energy. Constantly check how you are feeling emotionally. Constantly check in with yourself. Heavy on protection. Now, he wants me to talk about the devil's playground. He wants me to talk about how do you get stuck on the devil's playground and how do you deny the devil access to your body. All right. Also, how does the devil get access to your body? Okay. So he wants me to start off with, he is the source of all light. In the beginning, he said, let there be light, and there was light. When each and every one of us was born, he took a piece of his light and he put it in each and every one of us. All right. There's people who are, their vision, their sight is sensitive enough to look at you and see that you have something about you. You have this light about you. Like you're different, right? Each and every one of us was given a light. Each and every one of us is a walking source of light. What affects your light? Your emotions. God and the devil is after the same thing. They're interested in the same thing when it comes to each and every one of us, and it's our heart. Why? Because our heart is the access point. Our heart is the control center. If you got God within your heart, if you have love, let's not even talk about God and the devil. Let's talk about the emotion, all right? If you have love in your heart, you are going to have a different type of connection. You're going to have a different type of link to God, because the strongest God-like energy is love. Now, the strongest devil-like energy is fear. Fear and anger, they go hand in hand. That's how the devil gets access to your body. Lower vibrational energy. So the emotions that are on the devil's playground, that he strives in, that he can play with, that makes him a happy little devil, is pride, anger, stress, desire, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, and shame. Now, each of these emotions, they block a specific energy center in our body. About to tell you what it is. So your root chakra, fear blocks that. Your sacral chakra, guilt blocks that. Your solar plexus, shame blocks that. Your heart chakra, grief blocks that. Losing your loved ones. Right now, a lot of people are losing their family, death, sickness. People are having breakups. Like, all of this is, it's 100% okay to, he wants you to know it's 100% okay to experience all emotions, but you have to raise yourself out of that energy. Like, you have to seek him. Like, he can give a certain level of peace and understanding where you don't have to drown and suffer in emotions. Okay, he wanted me to say that. Throat chakra, lies block that. So for your third eye, separation blocks your third eye chakra. Forgetting that we are all one heart, one love. Let's get together and feel alright. But Molly done told y'all, we are all one people. We need more love, like more love. But discernment to know the people who don't got no love and to stay away from them, because they out here. So this is why you guys have to be so protective over your energy, alright? Because all the devil needs to see is that there's a window cracked open. All he needs to see is that you left the door unlocked, alright? On the devil's playground, there is low vibrational emotions. There's narcissists that link with the low vibrational emotions in order for you to give the devil access to your body. You have to be in a low vibrational energy for a specific period of time. Now, the human experience is to experience all emotions, all right? Love, hate, anger, fear, shame. It's okay to experience all emotions. You cannot dwell in low vibrational energies for a long period of time, because they start to take over. They start to take over your mind. They start to take over your heart, right? They start to block. It's like a clog. It's like I'm seeing black goo covering light, right? So think of your heart as light. Like, there's just light beaming out of your heart, and the longer you stay in low vibrational energy, the goo starts to cover your heart and the light starts to dim until it takes over. Have you guys ever watched Once Upon a Time? I think that's what it's called on Disney. Basically, it's like all the fairy tale mixed together in one movie. But what I'm trying to say is, there's the Wicked Queen, right? She's a mayor of the town, and she says, like, as soon as there's just a little speck of darkness, if you're not careful, that darkness grows, and when it grows to a specific amount, when there's in a certain amount of darkness in your heart, it's hard for it to go away. And if you never address it, it gets darker and darker and darker. And that's exactly how it is. All right? So you have to heal. Healing is so important. We are made in a splitting image of God himself, but we're born in a world of sin and iniquity. Right? So there will always be opposite forces, all right? There will always be good and bad. There will always be light and darkness. Within us, there is high vibrational aspects and there's low vibrational aspects, all right? There's healed parts and there's unhealed parts, all right? There's light and darkness in each and every one of us. So there's stages to being unhealed, right? So look at it this way. There is experiencing pain and hurt, right? Something that affects your heart, because your heart is your emotional chakra, all right? your feelings, your ability to feel, your ability to give and receive love. That's what the heart chakra is dealing with, right? So at the top, it's you experiencing pain and hurt. Then from that, you go to trying to get numb so you don't feel and experience the pain and the hurt. You then move from the numbness stage to feeling cold, being cut off, being nonchalant, all right? Seeing and being around situations that require you to have a level of love, to have a level of understanding, but because you're hurting and because you didn't take the time to address what it is that you're going through, you disregard the situation that needs your level of love, your level of attention, your level of care, and you disregard it. So you move from being cold to the last stage, which is darkness, right? So you have experiencing pain and hurt, numbing yourself so you don't experience that. Then you start to be a little colder and colder and colder, and from coldness you're down in darkness. So it takes time for you to level down in these stages, right? Once you move from numb to cold, your physical energy and your spiritual energy starts to decrease. So now we're moving into the devil's playground now. All right, now you're just lowering yourself down to his level. Now as you level down, as your energy, your physical energy and your spiritual energy starts to decrease, now you no longer have the strength to consciously fight back. So thoughts and emotions are going to start feeling heavier and heavier and heavier. You're not going to be able to disregard thoughts as easy as you used to be. We have 1,000 million trillion thoughts daily, right? Some are going to be on the good side, some are going to be on the dark side, some are going to be straight up just like when you slow down enough to hear your thoughts, sometimes you will really sit down like, first of all, you know that ain't you. When you get to that stage where you're mentally exhausted, physically, mentally, spiritually, everything, just tired, don't have the strength, don't have the patience for nothing, then now you've entered the devil's playground. Okay? So the devil's playground starts with emotions, right? The different emotions that are present in the devil's playground. Now, on the devil's playground, there are workers. So now there's only two categories of people here on earth. They're narcissists and they're empaths. Empaths are deeply connected to their ability to feel, to their emotions. They feel deeply, right? These are the type of people who will give the last clothes off their back so that you could be clothed. If they got a piece of bread and that's the only thing that they're to eat, and then it's not just them alone, they're breaking that in pieces so everybody can eat, right? Empaths are those type of people. Now, narcissists are cold-hearted people who only care about their pride and their ego. They hold their pride and their ego at a higher level than anybody else. They care about how they're seen, how they're perceived. Nothing unconditional. I got a whole bunch of notes. Narcissists are prideful. They have big egos. They're insecure. They take no responsibility, no accountability. They're manipulating and controlling. Alright, okay. So I told you guys about the road that I saw in the last message, where there's only two directions that you can go. You can go down the path that God done paved out for you to be abundant, to be at peace, to go for things that you see within your mind that's reachable. Alright. You're meant to live a certain type of lifestyle, right? And there's only one path that takes you there so that you can have the opportunity to create and do you and to be free. Or there's the other path that's just meant to take you further and further away. And the thing is, the devil cannot take your destiny, all right? Your destiny is to prosper. He cannot take that away from you. But what he can do is he can distract you. He can distract you long enough that you forget that that's even your destiny. What he can do is he can send the narcissist, because remember, he got them on speed dial. They done so unhealed for such a long period of time that they forgot that they have a light. They forgot that they can rekindle it at any time. They forgot that there is hope for them. Darkness, that's all they see. Pitch dark, right? No light in sight. So he got them on speed dial. So, so what he can do is he can keep recruiting them and sending them to you so that you keep experiencing pain and hurt and betrayal, and you feel like every time you give your heart, the person you give your heart to, they put it on the ground and they start acting the fool and doing the most. That's why God said, seek him in everything that you do. Anybody that you about to help, anybody that you about to love, anything that you about to put your energy and your attention into, ask him, is this for me? Do you give me the green light right now or no? Like, in anything I do, I really be like, okay, is this from you? That's how I be, but it's so real because, the mask is attached to their faces right now. Like, you can't even tell unless you're connected to that voice that be like, nah. Your heart is the bridge that connects your physical chakras to your spiritual chakras, all right? If you are only stuck on a physical plane, you are limited. Your perspective, the way you see life is limited. The type of wisdom and understanding, understanding and overstanding that you have is limited. When you become connected to your spiritual aspect of yourself, you tap into your intuition. Your intuition is your inner knowing. It's your inner knowledge, all right? Intuition is how God speaks to you. Your heart is the key. The fight and the battle is for you to either be connected to your ability to feel or to be numb. No love. Heart cold like an ice box, all right? It's only two sides. Now, narcissists had to sit in their darkness for a very long period of time for them to be so numb that nothing they do, their behavior, their qualities, nothing they do faze them because they are so numb. Listen, in order for you to give anybody anything, you have to have it within you first. So in order for you to give love to anybody, you have to have that within you. You have to know what that feel like. You have to have that experience in order to replicate it and give it back out. You want to be in good standing with yourself and with God. What is sin? Sin is anything that goes against yourself, all right? You are an attachment, not even attachment. You are a extension. You are an extension of God, all right? So whatever go against you, go against God. When you make a decision to go against your neighbor, you are going against God. Why are you going against God? Because your neighbor is an extension of God. Each and every one of us is an extension of God. Right? You need to give each and every person a level of respect. All right? And it shouldn't be on just a certain group of people who are trying to balance out the vibration of the earth, because there needs to be a level of balance. All right, there can't be more darkness than light. Right now people are bleeding on people that didn't cause no type of wounds for them. You're hurting. Okay, find a way to heal that and not let that bleed out on somebody else. When you understand, you just understand, but still I am as frustrated as everybody else. But back to the message. God said don't hate them because they know not what they're doing. The thing is, when you are in darkness long enough, you lose a certain amount of control in your mind, in your body. Like you're drained, you're tired, you don't have the strength to fight back. So when the devil said, yo, I need your body right now, they can't fight that back. Like, they lose a level of control. It is not them. You look in people's eyes when anger takes over, right? When they are dwelling in negative energies, look at them. They don't look like the same people. More time they can't even look at you. Yo, it's real life crazy out here. When you really met what is going on. Yo. But the fight is for your heart. The fight is to turn you cold. The fight is for you to believe that love is not worth it. Feeling for somebody else is not worth it. The thing is, the guidance is off. You're being disconnected from the voice that's supposed to tell you yea or nay, right? We all have intuition. Your intuition is your ability to hear God's guidance. The time got people feeling like they got off free of charge. Like everything that they've done is not going to come back to them. But the thing is, why it takes so long for people to reap their karma is because God is a forgiving God. And God is a God of chances. And every day they are giving a chance to repent. They're given a chance to acknowledge what they're doing, where they are, and asking for help out of where they are. God is a forgiving God. Every day that they spit in God's face and they choose not to acknowledge what they've done, it is being held against them. So you see, when God raises his right hand and decide that he has been patient enough, a lot of these people, their justice, their karma, what they're going to reap is death. Yo, a lot of people are gonna start dying. Why? Because they're not listening to the times where God said, yo, chill out, stop. God is upset. This is a educational video, so you know what's going on, but this is a warning. Yo, you got healing to do. It's time for you to do it. Energy, the devil-like energy that they moving with, never return that. Alright? Block, rebuke it over your life. Block it and send it back to send the tenfolds. That's how you protect your energy. That's how you protect your body. Once you pick up that, this type of energy ain't mixing right with yours, I block and I rebuke whatever it is that you're trying to send to me right now. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, I block and I rebuke it over my life. And I send it back to send the tenfolds. Karma is real. Justice is real. And it's always serving. It's always giving. You will always reap where you sow. Okay, so I spoke about the emotions. I spoke about the physical human beings. Now spirits. There are spirits and entities that are on this playground, right? Remember I told you guys about the boxes? It's like a whole field, and there's sections dedicated to how to keep you stuck and stagnant. Now on the playground itself, the playground is how they recruit new souls. That's how they drain before you get trapped in a box. It's deep. So the narcissist, how do the narcissists receive communication from spirits and entities? And because they've been sitting in their darkness for so long, the devil's voice is loud. God's voice is a whisper. It's soft. It's calm. You have to have a level of peace and calmness to hear God's voice. If you've been sitting in darkness for too long, you're wired to hear only the devil's voice, unless you consciously choose peace, consciously choose God. God is the giver of peace. So they can only hear the yelling and the screaming and the loud chattering in their ears. The people who are doing you dirty and bad, they're suffering. They're mentally fighting with their self. When God said there is no rest for the wicked, he meant that. These people, they can't sleep, they can't eat, they can't think straight. Their soul is screaming. There was so much injustice done to them. It's like I can feel it. There's so much injustice, there's so much pain, and it's constantly being relived. They're constantly reliving it. Like the devil plays on your pain. The devil plays on your unhealed parts of you. He plays on weakness. Like all he needs is to see that you haven't addressed something. And that is why he's going to constantly punch and bring up in your face. So you get aggravated. Your soul is tired. Your soul wants rest. Every time he yells and he screams in their ears, they act out. If you notice the people who are low vibrational, they're always angry. They're tired. They're exhausted. But they won't slow down. They won't ask God for help and be patient enough to wait for it. They won't let down the swords and the knives, and they won't breathe, and they won't let him speak to them. Oh God. Do not harden your heart and do not hate these people. They are suffering. They are suffering more than you can even understand. And it's important to be kind to everybody. But right now, April the 19th to the 5th of May, focus on yourself. There's going to be a purging on earth where the level of entities and spirits that have been released on earth to torment these people, they're going to start to diminish, reduce in sizes and in power. But before they're being taken out, they will cause havoc. That is why you need to protect yourself right now. April the 19th to the 5th of May. Protect yourself, guys. Protect your energy. Pour into you. Take this time for you. That was so rude. I was talking and the camera just did its own thing. Stay blessed. Stay prayed up. I love you. God loves you even more. I'm sending you so much love and so much light.